Hey, howdy, how's it going? My name is Bennjipie, and just before we get into this, okay, at the end of the day, just understand, okay, at the end of the day, this doesn't really matter. This video is just to talk about it, just to bring awareness to it, just so people are aware. For some reason, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because it's just cosmetics within Fortnite. I do believe that this does affect what people want to spend their money on and how much they want to spend. You know, if something is very overpriced, then they're not going to buy it, then they can't support the game. You know, it's pretty important. Fortnite wouldn't be possible if, it's a free-to-play game. If no one ever spent a single dime on it, then the game would go under, you know? But it takes money, it takes time, it takes devs, it takes manpower, whatever, to create the cosmetics, and you need to be able to pay them. So putting money into the game is a way to support them, regardless of if it goes to the, higher ups and $1 million made people, whatever, they make like $3 million a year or something, Jesus. But if you are not aware, okay, a new item has come to the game, and it is a cosmetic. It's nothing with the battle royale or anything, and they are called kicks, okay? There's a few different ones that are available. There's one that's in the battle pass currently. It's not going to be the case forever. Once this season is over, I don't think they're probably ever going to do this again. But they do have a lot that are within the shop. The prices for these are a bit egregious in my opinion. Some of them are 1,000 V-Bucks, some are 600, and some I think are a little bit in the middle, but that's most of the prices I remember. Overall, this is a bit insane. And the main reason this is a bit insane is because there's a compatibility issue, okay? Now, I own over 400 skins or so, somewhere around there, and around 80 of them are compatible with the new kicks or shoes. I'm gonna go between those words. I'm not gonna specifically call it one or the other, just remember that going forward. And because of this compatibility and whatnot, because obviously there isn't just 400 skins in the game, there's way more than that, there are a lot that are not compatible with the shoes, which now brings a new rule that has basically in a way almost been reinstated for the kicks, which is basically you cannot see anything in the shop that is not compatible with kicks, and that obviously involves skins. Now, this is something that had happened a while ago with Lego, at least to start when Lego first released. When Lego launched, we discovered that the item shop can't sell a skin that doesn't have a finished Lego version, and the same applies for emotes. Allier explained this because his own emote wasn't in the shop at that time, and I'll show the full clip somewhat a little bit right here.
My icon skin is back in the shop, but something is missing, as I've been sent so many messages from you asking why my emote isn't in the store whilst all my other cosmetics are. So I hit up Epic Games and asked them exactly that. Where's my icon emote? Turns out there's a new set of rules that everything in the item shop has to follow, otherwise it can't be sold. As the store now has to support all of Fortnite's new modes, one of which is the Lego mode, which features its own special Lego emote, meaning my little Diplodocus emote needs a Lego version to return, so double tap the screen if you want this to happen.
No! Now, that rule may not be in place anymore for Lego because we've seen a lot of things come back to the game, and I believe a lot of DC skins don't have styles or anything like that because of deals and whatnot. So, the rule somewhat, it's a gray area. It's not black and white. And we know this because, there are skins that have been sold and emotes that have been sold that don't have Lego versions, and that's completely understandable. But kicks at least have this rule temporarily. Recently, we had Deadpool and Wolverine come back to the shop, okay? And there's a guitar in this. I'll get into that a little bit later. But you may notice, I said his name, he isn't here. It's Wolverine. The community found out that kicks aren't compatible with Wolverine, at least this specific skin. There's no bundle or anything. You can just buy Deadpool, the glider, and the guitar. I personally believe that they have a list of skins that are either based on ABC order or release order or something like that, and that's how they end up, deciding which is compatible first. But there is a lot of random collab skins that have compatibility over skins that you can all buy right now and whatnot. It's really weird. There's a lot of skins that are old, like Chapter 1 Battle Pass skins that have compatibility over skins that are current now. Now, obviously, eventually all of the skins, or at least 99% of them or so, a good majority of the skins, like 98% at least, most of them will work with kicks in due time, okay? This is something that has bothered me though since Lego. Why did we rush the kicks and not have Lego styles finished and still push to have that done? It took them a long time to finish all of the Lego skins and emotes, at least the ones that had to get done. There are certain collabs that they couldn't do. I wouldn't be surprised if it took several months for most skins to work with kicks. I think if they're gonna sell kicks, Lego, whatever, or any new thing that requires compatibility, it needs to be finished. If it requires skins to work with it, if it requires a pickaxe, a glider, a contrail, something, an emote, whatever, however they do it going forward, and especially with, kicks and whatnot, these need to be finished before they're fully released. I believe that this is a bit messy, it's lazy, and it kind of seems rushed, and that's not the devs' fault. Understand that. It's not the devs' fault. Unless we get legitimate, actual evidence that says that the devs are sitting on their asses or something, it's not the devs' fault. I will personally go to bat for them. I will say it is not the devs' fault, okay? The devs are like the cashier or fast food worker or the person that you always talk to when you're at an establishment or whatnot. You're not talking to the higher-ups that actually make these decisions of, say, taking the cheeseburger off the menu, french fries, or removing chicken nuggets off the menu, or they no longer sell this type of cereal at the, I couldn't think of the name, grocery store. Boom. Took me a minute. And now it could be a situation, potentially hypothetical situation or whatever, like how with McDonald's, their ice cream machine never fucking works, ever. I wouldn't doubt that the devs are just, they're given a task, they're told what to do, and they have a deadline, and they need to go with that deadline, or there's going to be problems, and they don't want to get fired, they don't want to have any issues, so they focus on the more important things and giving it legit time that the item deserves. They're like, okay, we can get these 80 skins done, or these 90 skins done, these other ones are going to need to wait. I don't understand the priority though. That is a bit of a thing that I'm confused on, but also one thing to keep in mind is probably within chapter 6, next season, we will have a lot more compatibility with the kicks. This is something that is much different compared to Lego, because Lego had an issue where it was like, completely reanimating something. Skins and emotes and all that were a completely different thing. To just make it so that the shoes are the right size to feet and whatnot, that I don't think that is as hard. Obviously, I'm not a dev. I've never coded or anything, but I can assume that it's not that difficult. So we'll see this type of change be sooner than how long it took for Lego. This brings me to one of my last issues when it comes to the item shop. Okay, it's a bit of a handful, kind of. Now, we have already discussed that the kicks are a bit overpriced, and it's most likely because Nike or Air Jordans and all that is strapped onto the side of it, it's the brand that you're really paying for. And obviously, I think this is something virtual. You shouldn't have to spend that much money. Normal shoes cost $60. I shouldn't be paying for a sixth of that. And the instruments are pretty overpriced as well. Some of them are 1,000, some of them are 800, when in reality you don't really use them that often. Now, you can use those instruments with emotes like jam tracks within Fortnite, but that's not a thing that you're consistently seeing. I would even go as far as saying that, some songs in the shop are very expensive. I think 500 is a bit egregious, because think about it. The difference is 500 V-Bucks is $5. Rock Band and Guitar Hero, those games a very long time ago, some songs were like $3, $2. I don't know. That was a microtransaction, not 5, 10, 15, 20, it's a bit much. But keep in mind, the kicks and the instruments have something in common, okay? They could be involved in something, and this is, just to connect the two dots, let me explain. During Chapter 5, Season 2, we had news come out that Epic, basically in their own blog post, had said they're removing rarities. The only cosmetics to keep their rarities were things like Marvel, DC, certain collabs like that, Ice Legends, some of the other ones. And now, do I believe this to be necessary? Absolutely not. There was a way to sort your stuff alphabetically without the borders and whatnot. They could have also coded a way to make it so that you didn't have to see the colors. Instead, they just completely removed it and gave you no option. Epic at the time, and I believe will probably die on this hill, said that it was outdated, okay? Clearly it wasn't, because people had an issue with it. Otherwise people would be like, oh, I don't care. Yeah, it's a bit outdated. No, there's people like myself who have way too many fucking skins, and they don't want to sort through all that shit. Well, I've like close to 400 or something. I don't remember most of the skins and the names, but you know what I do remember is the border. But anyways, we had Avatar come out the same season that had the same thing with, removing rarities and whatnot. And guess what happened? I believe any of the skins that were sold for Avatar were included within bundles. We have no idea what the rarity of these skins are, and they are included with their pickaxe, back bling, and some other shit sometimes. This was a way to basically overcharge for what it was actually worth. There was no way to buy these things separately. Typically, we have bundles and then skins to the side, but there was something that we didn't get recently that I believe will change over time somewhat. We had instruments for a very long time be included within bundles for characters that had no reason to have it, like at all. I completely will despise having the instruments be in bundles. It's always a guitar. It's nothing, never anything else. It's always a guitar. And this is a way to basically inflate the bundle prices to make you spend more on the game. Now, this is something that could happen to the kicks. Kicks could absolutely have this happen, and it's insane that it's even a possibility. But say a character comes to the game, oh, if you want to, have the shoes come with them, you have to spend $2,500 or something like that. Some sort of egregious bullshit that is there. And in my opinion, I do believe it is bullshit. That they will do it. If they can, they will figure out a way to include it. Obviously, my ideas aren't the greatest. You guys may have something in mind, but it is insane that this is even a possibility. It shouldn't even be something that I should be worried about, but knowing Epic and the corporate way that it feels around there now, with removing rarities, just dumbing down every possible thing and not making it feel like it's alive. It's more than possible for kicks to be a part of a bundle to inflate prices even more. Imagine a skin comes out and it has kicks and a guitar as a possibility for, a bundle included, whatever. The whole bundle is $3,000 and it's a skin, kicks, guitar, and a glider that looks like shit. There's no reason for it to be that expensive. And they can even make it where it's like you have to buy the kicks with this skin now. There's a bunch of stuff that they can do if they really want to sap the money out of the community. And the only reason I say sap and take the money out of some people's pockets is because some people are dumb. They will spend the money no matter what, okay? They're stupid. And that lets Epic get away with it. If you're smart with your money and you understand how money works and whatnot, you know not to spend that much on a microtransaction. But I really hope this doesn't happen. I personally think that regardless, guitars and whatnot and everything like that should be taken out of bundles for skins. I think the Battle Royale should be your main focus. That is the king, okay? Save the World sadly is not. Save the World deserves some attention. I have some videos about that. But, I understand Battle Royale needs the attention. Please, stop including all your Metaverse stuff with it, okay? Stop affecting the shop because we can't sell a certain thing for other game modes. You can have something on the side of the screen that says, hey, this does not come with this thing, or it doesn't work with Lego, it doesn't work with this mode, because it's not done yet. You can buy it, viewer discretion is advised or whatever. And I honestly think instruments shouldn't be more than 500 V-Bucks and kicks should be, 600 at most. Skins deserve to have their rarities back. There's so much that I can say that's never going to happen, and that's sort of the main thing of this video is it's like, I want these things to happen, and it's very important, to me at least, to a degree, because it speaks volume. It speaks a lot to the company if they do make these changes based on community feedback, which is something that has happened within a lot of other games. And just because it's Nike, Air Jordan, whatever, and it's this super expensive thing in real life, that doesn't mean it needs to be expensive in a video game, okay? That's the benefit of a video game. It's virtual. It's not something that you have to mass produce. It's code. It's only the thing that it's given is dev time, and, a dev worked on that shoe. It's not given, it's not taking resources from the earth or anything, That's a bit of the difference there. Either make stuff compatible with everything on launch or lower the prices going forward for everything and refund a bit of V-Bucks to people, please. And also remember, don't harass the devs or anything. At the end of the day, this is just a video game. If you do plan on buying anything from the item shop, use my creator code if you don't use anyone's already. It's Bennjipie all caps right here on the screen. And thank you to those who have been using my code. You can tweet pictures at me on, Twitter or whatever, or X. I know some people call it that. Or you can join the Discord and put it in the screenshot section right here. And thank you to Grant Wheeler for becoming a channel member. And also comment down below letting me know your thoughts on, kicks and all of that stuff. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, night, week, month, whole rest of the year. It really doesn't matter when it is, but I hope that it's great for you guys. See ya.